Hello and how you doing, and welcome back to Two Jagoffs. I am your host, Austin Cairns, right here in Point Park University's Media Hub. And ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing on another very special guest this week for Interview Sunday. I would like to welcome the one and only Bearcat of 880 Wrestling, Keith Haught. Keith, it's great to see you.
Meow, that's right. How you doing, Austin?
Thank you so much for coming down here today. I really appreciate this. This is going to be great. I'm very excited for this.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. I see everybody's been doing this, and I was like, oh, I want to do that too. It's like, you asked me, it's like, oh, here we are. And
Shiny object, let's do this.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, what we got? What we want to talk about?
I think you're like the 30th wrestler that's come down here. I think I told you that before you got in here today. So
30 for 30.
30 for 30. There we go. There we go. And I wanted to start this off just getting to know you a little bit, if you don't mind. Obviously, you're a professional wrestler here in Pittsburgh. You're doing great things right now with 880 Wrestling on camera and behind the scenes, which I would love to talk about today. Starting things off, though, what initially got you into professional wrestling?
Oh, well, geez, that's a long story. But to summarize it, though, well, my mom likes to joke that it was in the womb because she would always go to the old Civic Arena in Wheeling, because, well, born in Wheeling, West Virginia. She would go to the Civic Arena and she saw, like, the old the glory days, like, I think she went to the show and there was like Hogan and but he's big back then, so I get it. But then he said, "Oh, you're kicking the womb." So I was like, "Oh," but really, what it first I'd say got me into as a kid, there was a Raw at the Civic Arena in about '96, I believe. I believe the main event was Yokozuna and Shawn Michaels, and I think the dark match main was Mankind and Taker. Mankind's feud with Taker really got me into wrestling as a kid, and I was hooked ever since. So that's, I'd say, how it started. Now, as far as getting into wrestling in, well, the business right now and where I'm at, that started in college. Because this is a really funny story. It was just one random day. I was a freshman at West Liberty University, up there in Wheeling. Well, it's actually West Liberty, but it's outside of Wheeling, near there. I was just wandering around the school gym, and I see two people you would know today. One of them being Iceman Tony Johnson. You've met them. Another one I don't believe you've met, but his name was let's call him Jay Flash. He was another person in the training. But there was a little. Did I know there was a wrestling club at college, and they were rolling around just doing chain work and doing like a little practice match, and and like not knowing the full thing and stuff, but knowing enough. And I was like, well, I'm friends with them because their good friend Christian was the RA in our building. I knew them. He was in the club too. Good dude. Still all friends of all of them to this day. I just started, doing what I thought refereeing was, and then I just got hooked in the club and we just hung out. And then we also went to college with the person who would end up training us and took an eye of our club. His name was Vinny Stone. Real name Matt, and also his friend was Alex Arcadian. Two local wrestlers that we knew enough that were going up there, or at least in that area, or Matt was going to school there for classes, and they took interest in our club. And all of us, the ones that made it out, me, Jay Flash, Tony Johnson, Edric Everhart, and Ty Cross, all five of us, we learned under them, and there wasn't really a whole lot of schools back then, so they would train us on the campus. We bumped and did chain work and stuff on. There wasn't really a ring, so there was these really thick mats at the school gym, that old gymnasium in West Lib, and we'd bump on there, do some chain work, a lot of chain work, because we didn't have ropes until we could go to KSWA in Pittsburgh, out there it's a Spirit Bar now, but it used to be a Lawrenceville Moose. And that's where we would get our ring time. They'd be set up at 9 in the morning. Or 10 in the morning, get there, train for 6-7 hours, and then when it was time for the show, that's until we eventually debuted, which it was kind of a rush development because in 2009 is when we started training, all of us, and then we eventually all debuted in 2010, and then here it is here 16 years later, we're all still friends to this day, and wow, what a wild road that was, just from starting a wrestling club at college, and then meeting wrestlers and getting in and traveling and just learning on the road and being developed by those two. I can never thank, Vinny and Alex enough. They did good right by us. And also got us in with my other good friend of mine, big credit to the Pittsburgh wrestling scene for what it is and just our area. Jake Garrett, I don't know if you've met him.
I've heard the name.
Yes, very well, not trained or anything, but he was a very big mentor to all 5 of us for sure. He gave us a lot of big opportunity at at Black Diamond Wrestling back that day. That was like our first big true break, I feel. After we debuted in 2010 and in 2011. There's a interesting story of that too, and it kind of involves Nexus. I can get to that later if you want me to. But it kind of does involve Nexus, since I don't know if you remember Nexus, right?
Like WWE's Nexus?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's a very funny story, and I think you'll like it.
I want to hear this one now.
Are you sure?
Let's hear. I mean,
okay.
if you're comfortable sharing it.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So, our initial idea when we all 5 debuted at, well, Edric was a little bit later on in the summer, but he eventually did join us too. Tell me if you heard this before. Jake's like, oh, they're coming along nicely. I think they can pull this off. He told Rick, the owner of Black Diamond, he said, what if we have four rookies come in and just beat up the locker room and just, and establish themselves early and as a threat, and, like this young new blood's injected and just, become a force. And then, this happened on Sunday. I can't remember the dates because they ran Sunday shows. And so that's what happened. Yeah. As young rookies, we took out a lot of the members of the roster, laid waste. We're the insurgents. We're injecting stuff with this company. And guess what happened on Monday?
What happened that Monday? Oh, the Nexus debuts. Wow.
The very next night, and there was a little bit of panic with Rick, and he's like, we can't do it. They're going to think we copied. And Jake's like, we have the evidence. It's on camera. We did it first. And we get to tell that story to Michael Tarver, who was in the Nexus. And it was Ty Cross that told him that story about how that all worked out. Dude laughed his ass off. He's like, that's funny. Because
the night before is insane, actually.
The night before it happened on a Sunday. There's video evidence out there somewhere of the debut. So, yeah.
Did somebody do the tie spot at all with the ring announcer? Or,
No.
If that happened, then it might have been a copy and paste.
No. Much more simple beat down. Everybody hit moves.
Okay, everybody hit moves. Wreck the
and
ring.
Pose. Yeah. Boo.
But it all started originally at in West Liberty, you said, bumping on the wrestling mats, like the regular
wrestling mats. I mean, anything called that. They were gym mats, but
just regular gym mats.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we didn't do it a whole lot because that hurts, but it's probably what our backs are made of stone right now. But no, it was mostly chain work and developing the little things, the little pieces. Mm-hmm. So that way when we got to have the ropes and got the ring, we had all the other things figured out, so we could just the other ropes that became natural. And it's kind of this became that. It was tons of squats, tons of chops and working on the strikes, working on the little basic things. So when it came to when it came to the ropes, all that stuff was like, oh, well, we figured out the rest of the parts. I mean, we still had a lot to learn. I mean, not to think we were still green as shit, but it helped. Like I don't know, the way we did, I think it really helped us because it really made us understand how to piece that together, especially with without having ropes. I mean, it can help too because I've had rings that break, or ropes that break. So it's what do you do? Oh yeah, been around the block. There are times that a ring will break or a rope will break, and sometimes it's good to know those just pure basics, how to get through stuff. So
never know what's going to happen on the fly in professional wrestling.
No, it's
never
on the
know
fly.
What's going to happen.
That's why we're live, pal.
Obviously, you've been around for quite some time now, conquering a lot of different territories, a lot of different independent promotions. Right now, 880, I would assume, is probably your main home.
It's the mainstay. It's definitely the home.
Do you mind talking a little bit about your experience on the independent scene over the years and maybe some places that you've traveled to?
Like I said, the big starts were KSBA and Black Diamond, but then eventually it broadened out to. We were in PWX a little bit before that happened. That was back in the early day, or not early, but earlier days. And eventually that didn't work out there. And some stayed there. It was me. A few of us did tryouts for IWC, and it was on their very first Proving Ground show. That's when Tony Johnson and I got tryout matches there, and pretty much home from that. That's when I was there for a good while. Had very, very great experiences there. I got to learn so much from a lot of good people. Elias was super nice.
Oh, yeah.
He was there before he got signed. Little heavy metal Jesus. There's so many good, pleasant experiences there, like RJ City, Colin Delaney, IWC Tag Champs, woo, woo, woo. Hot and cute. Still friends to this day. I mean, I was just at him and Julia's wedding. Good dude. lifelong friends with Remy LeVay. We were tag champs there too.
Two-time tag champs.
Two times.
Don't worry, I had it in the broadcasting notes.
Once with Colin, once with Remy, but yeah, thank you. But no, that was a fun time there. Was that Rise for a long time, especially in their feature days. God, I love those. I miss that old movie theater because just having the whole gimmick of everything's as a feature presentation, that was so cool. Did some work in Southern, mostly been in the East Coast territory. Did some security in Jersey. They had a lot more plans to go out west, but they would always follow through. Every time I want to do out west more or something, like a show cancels or recently, just finally went to Canada. That was cool. Hybrid's cool.
I mean, they can be. They can be cool.
Yeah. But people are nice. I know we're gonna be.
Yeah, we're going to be going up against them very soon. I mean, here's the thing. I respect Hybrid. Love William Porter. Love what they're doing up there. But I don't know. They kind of rubbed me the wrong way with that message they put on social media. But continue. I do apologize.
I know. I understand. Hey, we're keeping it real. Like
we do keep it real.
We keep it real. A lot of good people, though. A lot of good people. But yeah. Everybody in Canada's so friendly. But anyways, there was Rise for a long time. And then eventually tag champs there with Tyler Vox.
Love Voxy.
He's a wild one. But yeah, all the love. And just everywhere, mostly throughout the tri-state area, Ohio, PA, West Virginia, and just the East Coast. Yeah, sadly enough, haven't been out west out west as much as I would like to be throughout this career, but
a lot of East Coast promotions have been conquered.
Yes. But yeah, and more recently, here wound up. Also, I'll keep it real too. Pandemic definitely hit us hard, and that definitely slowed things down for a good while. But definitely, all that other things slowed down. But and honestly, for a time there, I thought I might just slow down a little bit. But then just wound up at 880 another day and did a couple shows there and had a match with Gianni. Did the World Series. The World Series was my debut at 880, and I was like, I really like it here. I like the people, like the kids, and then eventually just one thing led to another, and helped the booking committee, and pretty much every show, like used to me just freaking out and stressing, but typing out every card and doing the rundown for Sorg, making sure that's all good to go, making sure everything's stable, and well, it felt like a lot of times, yes, other promotions do feel like family. I think that word gets thrown around a lot in wrestling, the word family. But sometimes at the end of the day, it kind of is like a job. Like you said, I think we talked about this before the show. It's like a job. Yeah. 8H really feels like a family and a place we all fit in for sure. Everybody's, I'm not saying there's every locker room is mostly always cool everywhere. There's always some people, but I digress. But 8A is definitely a family, and it definitely fits in, especially when it comes to queer representation in wrestling, and just representation in general. I feel like we do it really well.
I think 880 does the best job at welcoming people too. It feels like it doesn't really matter the promotion, doesn't really feel like the background, the commentary experience, the wrestling experience even. It's like, hey, you want a shot? Come prove yourself. We'll give you the chance, and you prove it, you're in. And I love that. And I love the family atmosphere like you talked about too. It feels like such a good family backstage. And I know you said you've been joining 880. You joined 880, what was it, World Series with Gianni?
I think it was World. Technically, the pre-80 days, like it was the food truck at New Ken. I did a show one there. It was like a one-off. Then I took a long break of absence, not to come back for a while. But I believe it was World Series 2023. 2023,
okay.
Yeah, 2023, yeah. Because I was on one of the big teams of the World Series, did a big tag. It was me, Remy, Tati, Bro. I can't remember the other person, but it was against mostly Ohio guys, like Sid Von England, and I can't remember the whole team. But it was a big tag, so there was that, and then I wrestled Gianni because I had worked with him before, but that was God, I love working with Gianni. It's so much fun. He's so strong.
Oh, yeah.
He's so strong, and we just do about 1,000 shoulder tackles.
Yeah, he picked me up in the studio a couple of weeks ago whenever I had him on the podcast. He just picked me up and then walked out the damn door.
He's so strong.
Very strong. He picked me up with one arm. I was like, what the hell? But no, so you came in like shortly after 880 first came into existence. You weren't there right at the very beginning, but you still came in the very early stages.
Yeah, because I've been meaning to come back in. Everything was slow. Everything was just rough and slowed down.
Right.
So at that point, I was like, it's kind of a little. I'll even be honest. I was a little down on myself and thinking maybe I should start slowing down a little bit. I don't know. Pandemic really. Oh, can we curse in here?
Like you said, what the hell you want?
Oh, okay. Pandemic, I'll be honest, really fucked me up because things really slowed down, but I don't know. It kind of brought a breath of fresh air too, and whole new lease on life in wrestling. And it just, I don't know, it was just, I don't know, it's kind of what I needed to just jumpstart me and like get that little, you know, it just bring the fire, you know, into a bigger ignition. And God, I do love booking. I do love the backstage approach, and I've always wanted to book and just work in production too, along with still wrestling, of course. But I don't know, I love putting together a structure and just making sure everything's in order, because we've all been to so many promotions where some local places where it's like it's like all chaos, there's no order,
no structure whatsoever. And I know you got to experience a lot of different phases of 882. Obviously there was the New Ken days, then there's the shop, now we're at the warehouse. Do you mind speaking a little bit on the changes throughout the years and where we're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, okay, New Ken was definitely always home. That's why it's 880. And a lot of good memories there. Cool building. Locker room, really bad. not a lot of space. Not a lot of space in that building. The balcony was cool though, with the commentary and stuff, but there was just not a whole lot of change around the bathroom situation. Like you could go in the basement. The only problem is it goes for the bathroom and it just didn't circulate well. But man, the New Ken's, there's a lot of fun there. And especially on the Fridays when there's the food trucks, and I'll never forget the first one there. It was like I think it was before it was even called 880. It was me and Lawless on the street just chopping each other, trying to bring people back in for the food trucks. And it was kind of chilly that day too. It was like, ah!
Oh god!
We were chopping each other in the cold, and it was like hacking up a log. But no, then we eventually moved to the south side, which I honestly think was, being in Pittsburgh proper, definitely I think boosted us a lot, just from just being in Pittsburgh. There's so much flow, so much traffic. And thank you, Tupac family, for following us and where we went, and South Side, and now Allentown.
Shout out to Tupac family.
Tupac family, baby. But super loyal fans. Amazing. What was I saying? But yeah, but I think the aesthetic of the shop was really cool. All the graffiti and stuff. Unfortunately, the ceiling was low. But hey, we made do with the aesthetic, and just, God, aesthetically it was so cool. Just because I guess that's when you debuted for, was in the shop.
Was in the shop, yep.
I do think while the warehouse does lose some aesthetic because there's not as much graffiti or anything like that, like designs, but I think just out of space though, man, that space is so nice, just in terms of just the room we have to work with, and the locker space, everything. We finally actually have space to change, not be on top of each other.
I feel like the warehouse is like the best place to like typically put on like an independent show, especially a weekly one like we're trying to run.
Yes.
But for the pure vibes and the pure atmosphere, I mean, the shop wins.
Oh
every day.
yeah,
I love the shop vibes.
The shops in Kensington had those vibes for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like we do lose that some, just because of the way it looked and just the aesthetic. Like it was pretty much like, not to say that the warehouse doesn't have some of those vibes itself, does, but just like I always tell people, I felt like we were like an East Coast hood slam almost, especially with the shop in Ken, in Kensington. That's what we kind of felt like. I felt that very underground fight aesthetic, and that was just very cool.
Yeah, I remember even when I was coming in as a fan, because I went to the New Ken location once as a fan. I don't even know if I told you this. One time there, and then I went to the shop about several times before I eventually joined production, then commentary. So
yeah,
even just coming in as a fan, like you immediately feel like that Fight Club kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like, it did feel like this.
Yeah, Fight Club. Yeah, Fight Club. Hood slam, just any underground kind of that feel. Yeah, just it felt like it for sure.
Yeah, I remember my first time walking in the shop, like day one walking in there, I was like, wait a minute, is this like a Fight Club? Is this the right location? And then I saw the ring and I was like, well, I guess this is the wrestling event. Let's do it.
I mean, there were some no rings at that skate shop before we even went there. Those were fun. That's only done 2 no rings was at that shop.
Well, since we've kind of been talking about like the more behind the scenes side of things with 888, I would love to talk about like more of the on camera stuff if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I've had a lot of wrestlers on the podcast made 80 Wrestling. Some that I like, some that, let's just say, I don't quite get along with too well, and even some of our fellow broadcast team. Eamon Payton, Toddy Tondera has been on the podcast. I want to get Keith Haught's opinion on the current landscape of 880 Wrestling right now. There's a lot of different factions running around. You got Dead Hand, you got Jocks, you got Leaders, you got Death Watch. You got a lot of different people currently in 880 Wrestling. The champions are all different. They're all new. What's Keith Haught's thoughts right now?
I think we're at a very good booming point. I mean, like, some of the people, okay, back to the beginning, even from the Kensington days, just seeing think of where Psychedelic Dreams are, Blizzy, Marco. Like, I remember, or hell, even to the point, even like Fourth Line. Remember when some of those guys were first coming in and coming in / training, developing, Like I think I was a part of like Blizzy's first match in the Battle Royal, and just like seeing the development of where they're at now. I think like they're really entering a point where it's like, ooh, they're really getting it, if that makes sense. And like just seeing development from day one as like an old, like I'm the old hat, but I don't know, it's crazy. It's like, wow, where did the time go? But now they're just, you can see how they've evolved and they've gotten bigger and they've learned from their training and just where they're at now. I mean, look at them. They're having a lot of good success. They're going places. Everybody's traveling, which I think that's a good thing for like a lot of these young. A lot of them are actually traveling, going places, making towns. That's good. Sorry, I was rambling a little bit, but no, I think right now our on-air product's really good. I think we're really hitting a good. I think we've gotten a good rhythm lately. I think we're good. Like, I mean, just everything. Camera. I mean, Sorg. Hats off to Sorg. Jeez, love you, buddy.
Love Sorg.
Oh my God,
we love Sorg.
He does so much for us. I don't know if people realize how much he makes
everyone look like $1 million too.
They do. I don't think anybody realize how much they do for us, the Sorgs. But just camera, commentary, the ring announcing, just everything. I think like structure. I think we're firing on all cylinders. I think we're at a very hot point right now. And now, lo and behold, there's a new crop of talent coming in. You've got Gunner, you got CJ, you got Luca, you got Tonios, even more names. Kirsch is developing more too. Like there's a lot of talent, and they're all slowly developing and doing good things. I'm probably left out some names there, but and then we have a good flux, I think, of people that visit. We have the Ohio crew. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, I know. Say what you will about some of the dead handers. I mean,
a little scary.
little scary. I mean, look at how much like even like Saturn's evolved over the years, just developing. He's really become just a wrecking ball. Just I don't know. I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but I think we're all in a very good place, just in terms of this. Like I think we are. I think the only problem I have is, can I book all this talent? It's like, okay, who sits on a weekly basis?
You would think booking a weekly show is easy, but I mean, like, with that much talent, it's probably a pain, isn't it? I see the head bumps, yeah.
It's like you have no idea. It's like, if I had it my way, I could book everybody every week, but it's also like, okay, I need some people to sit this week. I need some people to do a promo. I need something different. It's like, okay, who's available? Okay, who's sick today?
If you're okay with me pulling back the curtain a little bit, I'm actually a little curious with like the whole booking process. How does exactly that go? Like, you don't have to like go too specific on it. But
no, that's okay. Overall, I like to be the person who does the structure and stuff. And like, okay, here's my rough draft. How are we feeling about this? What should we insert? And of course, I'm not just gonna say it. I mean, it's true. MV is the boss. Mm-hmm. MV owns the company. It's like, okay, ultimately he gets the final say. It's like, is this okay? But ultimately we do have a good community, and I'll pull out the curtain a little bit. Like it's me, it's Haughty, George, Marcus has been on there helping us out too, and now just recently too. Also, congratulations, Chris LaRusso, on your baby, you and Laura.
Oh, awesome! That's awesome.
I don't know if you heard about that.
I've not heard about that.
Yeah, they announced it on Instagram the other day. Yeah, him and Laura having a baby. So.
Congratulations, Chris LaRusso.
Yeah,
love to see that.
Congratulations to them. Yeah, I'm so happy for them. But Chris has been also in the thing helping us too. Jeez, think that's another guy who has all the experience in the world. Not a lot of people don't give enough credit to LaRusso for how much he does and how much people he's trained and helped out for over the years. But just having all of us together combine our ideas in a melting pot and brainstorming, it really helps. I think checks and balances, especially on a weekly basis where, you don't want to repeat things. You want to make sure everything's fresh, but also continuing the storylines, the angles we need. It's like, what does this call for, And I know this week's a little bit of a tizzy because we're going to be at brewery because there was some mix up with the building, but I'm not going to get into too much detail of that. But this is going to be kind of more of a one-off kind of thing, and also bookings will change a little bit now too because hybrid versus 880. We're getting ready for that. We got to see what kind of any storylines we can put together for that. It's going to be a little bit different from our monthly because, well, it's a different kind of show. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, we won't have you there. But fortunately for you, though, you'll be at the draft. So I
will be at the draft. Yeah,
that's going to be cool. That's going to be That's going to be wild, huh? Pittsburgh's not going to know what hit it.
Yeah, I'm going to be so worried coming down here that week because it is literally going to be all the roads are going to be closed on my way coming in. I commute. I don't live on campus, by the way, so it's going to be rough.
You commute.
I commute. I take the bus in every day, so it's going to be...
leave early.
That's the plan.
Might have to leave at like 5 in the morning to get here.
Honestly, I might have to bunk out the next 3 days, like somewhere on campus somewhere, just like set up a little tent or something.
Like, hey, can I crash in your dorm? You might need to.
Don't worry, I found 3 different spots I can easily camp around campus if need be, and I'm not revealing any of them because I don't want anybody finding them out. But 2 of them have microwaves, and one of them is a coffee maker, so I should be fine, honestly, for 3 days. I could do that.
If you see a tent in the corner, leave it alone.
Oh, noted. Let's just say the library can be a cozy place. We'll just leave it like that. But no, Pittsburgh versus Canada is going to be fun, though, in all honesty. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be there like you said. But I'm excited for it because you got a bunch of Canadian talent coming in who, in my opinion, have a little bit of an edge right now. And then you got the 880 talent who is just, top to bottom. Look at the roster. Psych Dreams are your tag team champions. Both members of Fourth Line have gold. BSJ, the 880 champion, which what a hell of a steel cage match that was, by the way.
My God.
What a steel cage match.
Fucking banger.
See, I'll even pull back the curtain a little bit. Some of my favorite steel cage matches I've watched on the Indies was probably Lawless and Grim, Stage AE for Enjoy.
Yeah.
And then Duke and Bill, I'm a little biased, IWC, when Duke finally beat Bill for the record-long IWC World title reign. Honestly, this one's up there with it. This match was that damn good. And I've told BSJ and Nick that to their faces because it was
damn good.
It was such a good match. But with all those champions being on the roster and the hybrid talent coming in, how excited are you for that? Do you think it's going to be as competitive as people are imagining it to be? Do you think it's going to be like friendly competition?
I think it'll be okay, from me up there, because I did get to go to
You did get to go to hybrid, yeah.
I did go to hybrid. Varying personalities, for sure. I think some of them will be in the case of friendly basis of competition, but I also felt like they got an edge to prove. Like, hey, they're coming to our neck of the woods, and they want to prove to us that they're also just as good. Just as good, if not better sub-masters in their mindset,
Mm-hmm.
And, I feel like it's going to be a dogfight for some of them. Like, I think we have some truly special things lined up for sure.
Feels like some of our talent also has a little bit of an edge too going into this. They feel like they have something to prove.
Oh yeah, because you don't be showed up by the visitors. It's like, hey, you have something to prove. I think that competitive edge will be good for both of us too. We want to make each other. I think at the end of the day, say what you will about rivalries and stuff, but I think we all want to be better. And I think this is going to make us better in the process. I think competition always breeds more. What's the word I'm looking for? Competition always breeds success, I think, and I feel like that we'll have the good friendly basis for that in that case.
Couldn't agree more, which I'm extremely excited for. I do want to take a little step back, if you don't mind, for a second, too.
Sorry.
Looking back at your career. No, don't be sorry at all. This is great.
I feel like I do ramble from place to place.
No,
I blame down the ADHD.
Hey, you're making my job easier. I'll just put it like that. I love interviews where I barely have to say anything. It's my favorite episodes. I just sit back and be like, let me get the clips. But no, in all seriousness, I did want to get to know about some of your favorite matches, if you didn't mind. Obviously, you mentioned earlier you competed all over the place. It doesn't have to be a specific territory or specific promotion or company or whatever, but is there a favorite match of Keith Haught's that you've had in your career?
Oh my God, of mine or
of yours,
or watching?
Let's just say of yours first.
Just mine first. Okay.
Ones that you've competed in.
Oh God. Well, anytime I get to love to go back, but love going back to like people I trained with. Like anytime you get to have a match with people you trained with, it's always gonna be fun because that's your best friends. And you're going to hit each other really, really hard. I'm looking at you, Tony. One time, Tony Johnson, we were in a tournament match at Black Diamond it was like a tournament match, a one-day tournament. We had a slap exchange. Cut me right in the right ear. Oh, I was deaf in that ear for like a week. No joke. It was rough. I was like, oh, please come back hearing. That dude. He hits hard, but also when you're friends, you can hit. You always hit that's the thing in wrestling. You always hit like I said, you hit your best friends the hardest.
Oh, if I got in the ring with Carl, I'm smacking the shit out of him.
Oh,
so.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. But I've had so many good ones with Tony. Had some. I had him. Honestly enough, as training with the rest of the least out of my training group. Had some really good bangers with back in the olden days with Ty, Edric, and Jay. Like we've had so many. Like I've lost count because I apologize too because the 16 years sorry, it's a lot of matches in there at the Memory Bank. Another good one. Honestly, I think some of my biggest important feuds honestly had a really good assortment of matches with Matt Conard. I feel like he really pushed me in terms of story, wrestling, the whole package. And it should be on IndieWrestling.us somewhere, but we had an awesome 2 out of 3 falls match at Rise. And that's probably in my top tier. as far as just pure work ethic and match, I don't think there's anything better than the things we had at Rise and that program we had. Thank you, Marcus Mann, for booking that. But that's probably up there. In terms of just like it's a childhood dream thing, though, I did get the team of Rikishi.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep.
That's
Against
fun.
Team Storm, Argos, and RC Dupree. That was fun. He was cool shit.
This was IWC, I'm assuming?
Yep, Night of the Superstars. Yep, got the team for Rikishi. I remember because it's kind of funny being a little teenager just watching him perform. Now I get the team with him, so it's like this is fucking cool.
Did you both do the stink face?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I was about to ask.
Yes, we did.
That must be a bucket list.
Well, yeah, he did at the end. At first, he got low blowed. I hit mine on RC, I believe. I have to go back and watch it, but yeah, eventually he hit one too. Memory's a little fuzzy, but yeah, that was a fun match. That was really fun. Yeah, that's also at IndieWrestling.us. Thank you, Sorg. But that was a big novelty, and just anything. And yeah, so that's probably just top 2 favorites that come to mind. Also, that had so many good tag matches because those are singles, but primarily been a tag wrestler. So,
And I know you've had a lot of solid matches in 880 wrestling as well, obviously over the years. I know your tag teams have been all over the place, but there's Team Side Quest, Team Super Side Quest, Team Super Cat Fight, Team Cat. It feels like there's like so many different names now and variations of Keith Haught. We got what Chaz D'Amato in there, Tatiana's in there.
oh yeah, I love our trio. I think we are just so chaotic and our energy bounces well. I love that after our match after the one match at the Painted Black, the Battle Royal, we just had this. We were like so disheveled and sweaty, exhausted. Like, hey, let's go. You can see it online. You can see the picture. Let's take a post match photo of us just looking exhausted and just all sweaty and hair messed up. It's online. I'm glad that was shared. Which is like Murphy's like, oh hell yeah. Picture.
That's great.
No, there's that. Like, yeah, primarily tag wrestler. That's where I've had most of my success. I've always loved tag team wrestling. Hardys, Dudleys, and Christian. That was where I grew up on. I mean, before that, as a little kid, I remember, I remember the Hart Foundation, the, Legion of Doom and stuff like that, But, I've always been. Because I don't know, I'm not you, but I do secretly like westerns. I want to say like it's 2 buddies at in a western. Just here's a shootout against the bad guys, and who's going to win the shootout? That's a little. I know it's a little lame and geeky, but or I don't know. I love being a geek, but that's kind of how I view it, And I don't know, just it's had a lot of success. Like I mentioned, Colin Delaney, Remy had tag titles at KSBA. That was so funny. Oh, geez. Black Diamond, Toei Johnson. Yeah, just primarily everywhere I've gone, I've usually had tag titles, so that's been my bread and butter.
Tag team specialty is for Keith Haught.
Specialist, yeah, and I love booking them, and I love doing them. I know some people might be dismayed, but I do love my trios. Still fighting for those trios titles, MV Young.
Oh, trios titles in 880 wrestling.
I'm fighting for it. I think it'd be awesome for as big as our roster is.
I made a joke last night to Carl. I'm not pitching this at all because I know it's a horrible idea, but I think it was just funny. Just like we were in conversation. What about an 880 24/7 title?
Oh God. Well, to be fair, I mean,
you can win it anywhere. You can just do it on social media. Post a clip.
I mean, we do have Casey's. Casey
is the hardcore champion. That is true.
I do worry there might be some mixes, but that would be funny for like a social media kind of title, like the I don't know if you're a big fan of Japan like I am.
Okay.
But in DT there's the Iron Man title. It's been held by a lot of people. I think it's been held twice by a broom.
By broom? Okay. I don't think I know that one.
So yeah, look it up. Yeah. The DT Iron Man title.
Is it like a 24/7 kind of rule
thing?
It
is.
Okay.
It is. It's exactly what it is.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's been won, I think, like 2 different times by a broom. The doll, I can't remember, the Yoshihiko, the doll, I think's held it. The dolls held it. Just everything of all walks of life. Just recently, I don't think it was for the title, but on DT, because I love the comedy there. But a dog won a match when the pin. Obviously in the video, but it's so good.
Well, I thought of that whenever I saw George Ross win the VCW championship. I was like, oh my gosh, if George Ross can win the VCW title at Sorg's show, why can't we have him win it at 882?
I might have to. Maybe for social media, I don't know. I'd pitch it. There's also the worry. I think it's the issue I run into of the trios is sometimes I don't think you want too many titles.
That is true. Like I feel like 880 has a pretty good balance right now.
We do. We have 4, and they all mean something important. I mean, of course, there's your standard. I mean, not standard. The big title. TNF is kind of like I don't like saying mid card. I hate that term, and it's the Jake Garrett thing because I feel like any title can main event. Doesn't matter what it is, but TNF is centered around more we'll have the TNF show, like a TV title. That's kind of how I describe the TNF belt. Yeah, because I hate the term mid card. Well, in terms of titles, but I mean, yeah.
And then hardcore is like your workman's kind of title. Like, you have to work hard for that.
Yeah, for sure. Like it definitely, it's a different flavor. I mean, literally, it's the hardcore.
I feel like trios titles wouldn't hurt 880 either with how many 3 people factions.
We do. We
too.
have a lot of them. We had Dead Hand. We have the Jocks. I mean, and when Tatiel heals up, there's that. The Super Cat Fight side quest.
Deathwatch could always be adding new members.
Yeah, because Karsh has been teaming with them a good bits. And
technically, Psychedelic Dreams is a trio if you count Billy the Alien.
Oh my God, make it happen. We can make it. Oh wait, I'm the booker. I can make that happen. Yeah.
I'm about to say you're the booker.
We could have Billy be a trios champion.
Billy could be the trios champ. That'd be great.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I'm pushing for it. MV, I'm sorry. I'm dogging at you, but I'm gonna try to make that happen still.
Look at MV.
Looking at you, Toddy and MV.
Don't have them chop me, please, because MV chopped me once in the studio, and
Did
that
he?
shit hurt. Yes, it hurt. I mean, your chops are probably just as vicious on it. I've seen your chops too. I'm glad that
the overall consensus of the locker room is that I have a harder regular chop.
Okay.
But MV's got me in the overhand. I don't do overhand.
Oh, you don't
his overhand is the one that I think that gets people. That's the one that gets people. I think that's the overall consensus that I've heard so far.
Well, I made the joke one week that MV, you never want to get in a chop battle with him. And then literally that next week, I see you do a chop. I'm like, holy hell, never mind. You don't want to do a chop battle with Keith either. So that's my consensus. I'm not going to take chops ever again.
Love you, buddy.
But no, I fully agree. I think trios titles would be sick, actually.
Thank you. I have a design already too. I've been talking to people, but
I got the design. I gotta make it happen now.
I know. It's just also money. But yeah,
that's fair too.
Yeah,
and I will say the designs of the championships there too are pretty darn sick. I love the way that 880 championship looks.
I've loved that the legacy of the TNF has been, because that was originally the 880 belt. I'm glad that legacy, because I'm a sucker for the purple. I love purple. That's my favorite color. So I'm a sucker for that. I think the beautiful white. I'm a sucker for a white strap too.
Yeah,
the white strap of the 880 belt. It looks pretty. The tag belts, they are solid. Solid, just like almost like a diamond in a rough with the dark gem. And the hardcore title, it's beautifully ugly, but I love it because it kind of, it just kind of has the Pittsburgh vibe on it too.
Has that Pittsburgh vibe, has that hardcore vibe, just kind of like
the gritty steel aspect. Yeah, for sure.
No, I love that, and I love the white strap, like you said. It's like 2010's Intercontinental Championship vibes is what I get from it.
2010, yeah, that's my favorite belt design, because originally that was the old design in the 90s before they did the oval.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much the same basis. Like I think of like Macho Man holding that, but that's still the black strap. But eventually, I think it was maybe Warrior that had that when he had the icy belt. They went to the white strap. I think he also had a yellow strap, but I don't know. That was like I said, they're probably back to 2010s. That's my favorite design. I think everybody's like, oh, it's the Cody Rhodes IC title.
Yeah, the Cody Rhodes, the Miz used to hold that one too.
That's I think that's such a beautiful design. That and the Winged Eagle. I'm a sucker for like those older belts.
Oh, Winged Eagle is badass. Love the Winged Eagle.
I do have a replica of the Winged Eagle. It's like that was like a Christmas gift. I was like, yeah, this is going up on the wall.
I'm gonna show my age. I grew up with the Spinner Championship as the WB title. There's my.
I think I'm showing my age too, because because when I got into wrestling, it was the end of the Winged Eagle into the circle, which I was a little sad because I prefer the Winged Eagle. But that, I guess that shows my age, because I just turned 35.
See, I thought the Undisputed Championship that like JBL and Eddie held.
Oh, that was pretty too. That was pretty too. I like that one a lot too. That's pretty.
I got like a little kids version of that one at home, so I'm like, oh, I'm holding on to this one right here. This is a trophy.
I had that too back when I was like 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah, I found it. I think it was like a Trader Jack's or something. I'm like,
that's
oh
cool.
Shit, $5? Sign me up.
A very short-lived belt, but it was really pretty.
Oh, very pretty belt. Couldn't agree more.
Almost a sucker for the big gold belt too.
Oh, the big gold one, yeah, big blue. I will say the newer one isn't that bad. I mean, I think a lot of people are overreacting with it. The newer one,
they're better. They're better. I get what the spinner was such a thing, but my biggest thing was I think the spinner should only been Cena's.
Yeah, I agree. Like when Edge was holding it, I was like, what the hell are we doing here now?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool you had the R. It's cool you had the R and it's been the rated R part. That was cool. At least it did something different, but it's like, I don't know. I get it. Kids, toys, marketing, totally get it. But at least eventually they stopped it from spinning. Yeah. But it was still the same design, so I don't know. I think only Cena should have the spinner belt. That was my take on it.
I fully agree. And then Miz, I mean, he just turned it upside down to make the M. That's really all he did.
That was funny.
Which I was like, all right, Miz, that's fair. It's you.
That's funny. And Edge had the R that would spin.
Yeah, you get the R that would spin too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to get your opinion on this. Obviously, I've asked this question to dozens of wrestlers in the past. I think I even asked you this before we started recording, so I'm going to ask you again. What was your first impression of me when I debuted at 880 Wrestling? Obviously, you said earlier I debuted in the shop era. That was my first appearance on 880 television. It was my second time ever doing commentary because I did IWC first, did 880 obviously, and I've considered that place home ever since. So I would love to get Keith's opinion on that.
Okay, jog memory bank. Okay.
And I'm going to take a sit back for this one.
Okay. Okay. I apologize. Memory's a little shot. But from my first recollection of you, I would say, okay, this kid's spunky. I don't think I recognize because I didn't know because I didn't really tune in time. I didn't know you were doing IBC stuff, so I didn't really know. I was like, well, and then once I found out from Todd, I was like, Toddy says he recommended it, and then let's see what happens, And I was like, the first thing I think of was spunk. The kid's very spunky, perky, and I think that's a good thing, because you have this like the good energy, good vibes, and I'm pretty sure it was Todd's like, yeah, he wants to try some commentary and get some reps in. It's like, hell yeah, let's do it, because I know we were spinning back and forth between the commentary at the time. So, I mean, honestly, my first impression was just very sweet, very nice. I mean, you know me, I try to be as welcoming as possible, as far as I can, as long as I'm not dead tired. I'll be like, I'm sorry. How many times you see me, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
That's true. That's an accurate representation.
But no, that's really all I got was, I typically don't have too many first, analysis until like I get to know you more and get to know you more too. It's like, oh yeah, that's all true. Spunky, very nice, very well accepting, and just and very professional, very good at your job. I think we talked before this. I think you and our commentary crew have found a good vibe, good chemistry. You guys always have a really good pre-show meeting, talk before the show, and just so. I think you definitely just added an air of that. Like, yes, you're very young, talented, but you also have that air of professionalism, which I appreciate.
Thank you. And I know it's always a joke too. Like, I'm always like dressing up coming down to the warehouse and stuff.
Yeah, it was so good. I'm like, that was their face. Like, damn, this kid's well dressed.
That's what the Runway said when they came on the podcast. Tyler Klein was like, yeah, my first impression of you was you were very well dressed, a little too well dressed for the shop. And I said, honestly, yeah, you're probably right.
I always feel bad that I'm so underdressed on some show days, but I'm like, I'm getting off work. I just want to wear something comfy.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to be on Thursday. I'm going to be just coming straight from class. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I've been giving up recently. I'm not going to lie. I've just been throwing a hat on and throwing like a collared shirt on. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Give me a break.
Just wear a sports jacket.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. We're going right into finals soon. It's like, I don't know. I don't feel like getting all dressed up right now.
It's also spring, so you never know what the weather's going to be like. Is it going to be 80 degrees one day, or today where it's like 35?
I think I wore Cardinals gear, actually. I wore like a Cardinals collared shirt and a Cardinals hat last time on conversation. I'm like, hey, Toddy, I hope this is okay and this isn't not too professional. And he was like, no, you're fine. He was like, you're usually overdressed. He's like, today
you were very overdressed.
He's like, today you're actually pretty well dressed. I was like, okay, cool. I'll take it. I'll take the vibes there. How much does Keith Haught keep up with other sports outside of professional wrestling? Are you a big sports lover at all?
Oh, yes. In high school, it was 3 sports. I wasn't the best, but I always loved it. I was wrestling, track, and football.
Okay.
Back when I was a lot skinnier. God, damn you, COVID weight. Damn you, meds. No. Sorry. Sorry.
Bug in the throat.
Yeah, bug in the throat there.
Pepsi. Not sponsored. No, I'm taking.
Not sponsored. I will say though, the zero.
What is that one? Is that zero or cherry?
Zero wild cherry cream. Want to try?
You know what? I actually will.
It's a little warm, I apologize, but it's really good.
I've never had this before. That's the only reason why I'm going to.
I recommend it. If you get it cold, it's really good because you can really taste the cream.
You know what? I'm usually not a cherry person. That's actually not that bad.
Fair.
That's actually not that bad.
Fair. I usually, I hit or miss a cherry. Like I love when you put the cherry syrup in, manually at a bar,
Yeah.
Or some grenadine. But no, that's tight. I'm sorry, it's a little warm right now, but. Yeah.
You taste the flavor.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't recommend it enough. Really good. But anyways, oh shit, what was I saying? Sports. But yeah, free sport athletes. Wasn't very good, but at least in our varsity, I played special teams. Got to actually we got smashed by Parkers in the playoffs in John Marshall. Yeah, John Marshall High School, Glendale, West Virginia. But we did make playoffs once. That was fun. I got to experience playoff game. We have such good wrestlers. JV wrestler, but ultimately though, hey, still had to help tramp the varsity and keep them spry in their sessions. Did a little bit of distance running and shot puts. Wasn't the best athlete, but I've done it and always had fun with it. But yeah, that was sports. But I always I just love sports of all life. I mean, big Steeler fan, always raised that way. Dad loves the Pirates. My dad was a big, really Stargell fan. probably his favorite player of all time. I believe that or Andy Russell for the Steelers. He's more of a Washington Redskins fan. His favorite football player is probably John Reagan's. I occasionally watch basketball. I do love March Madness is always fun though. And shout out to the Mountaineers winning the crown in Vegas. That was fun.
Gosh, broke my heart. I'm a Pitt guy.
Oh, you're a Pitt guy. I know. Well, you're from Pittsburgh though.
Yeah, I gotta have to be.
I mean, Mountaineers were always. West Virginia guy. Country Roads.
Country Road. Good song.
And it's good. And love the Penguins too. Still have my. I'll never forget parents winning. Parents winning some tickets and got a very nice one of those blue classic Letang jerseys.
Oh, okay, like the throwback ones?
Yeah, I love the blue throwback ones.
Oh, that's sick. I have a Malkin one at home. Those ones are beautiful.
It was a long time ago, but I remember just getting to see one of Sidney Crosby's hat tricks and everybody throwing the hats. But no, big sports fan, really came up with it. Penguins making a pretty good playoff push. That should be good. Pirates look a lot better. Connor Griffin, geez, what a...
Oh, my goodness. 19 years old, married.
19, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. He's winning at life right now.
Yeah. He doesn't look like... He's like 19 years old. It looks like he's 19 years old with like 20 years experience.
Yeah, which is crazy.
He does not look 19.
I'm 22 and I'm looking at him like, what the hell am I doing in my life right now? Look at this kid right here.
You're doing great, Bobby.
I'm trying, but $100+ million contract, 19, married. Like,
is it like a 9-year one?
Yeah, 9. I think it's 8 or 9. Yeah,
8 or 9. But it's like 140. But for some like some sports contracts, I think it's kind of a steal.
Yeah, honestly.
For some sports, yeah.
Lock him in now while you still can. Honestly.
Yeah. Keep that guy. Keep him in schemes. Jeez.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Yeah. I think Pirates can do a good thing. At this point, last night the Padres, but let's see if they can win today. I'm worried for the Steelers.
What'd you say is your biggest favorite? Like your favorite out of all of them? Is it Steelers, Pens, Pirates?
Oh, it's Steelers.
Steelers, you're a football fan.
I was a football guy because I played football, but I do love the other ones though because I remember just being in. Because I remember the years of my high school were so good because it was a freshman in 05 when the Steelers won the Super Bowl of Cower, and then I was a freshman in high school in 09 when they won it with Tomlin, and then also getting experience, Sidney Crosby's run and Maxine Talbot winning the 2 goals in that one, and getting experience, Crosby, so getting experience Crosby like this. Me and Crosby are like the same age.
Oh wow,
isn't that insane?
Crosby, Talbot's cool too. I have a funny Talbot story.
Oh, do you? Nice. I want to hear that.
Yeah, I actually just met Talbot was it 2 weeks ago? When did SmackDown come to Pittsburgh? It was like 2 weeks ago, right? Already.
That sounds about right, yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago. I was backstage for Friday Night SmackDown because Corey Graves was my professor.
Yeah.
And Talbot was just hanging out with Corey that night, and I didn't know it was him right away. He was like, "Oh yeah, this is my friend Max." I was like, "Hey, what's up, Max?"
That's awesome.
And me and him were just making jokes all night long. And then I realized, like halfway throughout, like me being backstage, he was pointing at the pictures because it's a PPG Paints arena. He's pointing up pictures on the wall. He's like, "Yeah, that's me. That's me."
That was the 06 Penguins team.
06. I think it was 05 or 06.
05, 06. So I remember, like it was they're in the same time as like the City of Champions came back because Penguins and Steelers winning their trophies together and stuff. So that was God, that was so rad. Such a good time to be like the high schooler and going to college.
Oh yeah, and they had the pictures of him like where he got into like the fight with the one Flyers player and then he threw up the shush. And he was pointing down the wall and he's like, "Yeah, that's me." And I looked at him and then I looked at the picture and I'm like,
"Oh shit."
I'm like, "That's you."
Oh shit.
I'm like, "We are getting a picture after this."
Maxine Talbot. That's really fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
that's
I did not expect that to be him. I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, "Okay, cool. We're just going to make jokes all night, I guess." Making jokes in catering, making jokes in the locker room. It's great.
Yeah, but that's really fucking cool. But yeah, I always remember just watching that Stanley Cup game, and I'm pretty sure it was his 2 goals that got the deciding factor.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it the Red Wings?
I think it was Red Wings.
Red Wings, yeah. Okay.
That was the year after Red Wing. Yeah.
Okay. Because I memory, like I said, yet again, a lot of blows to the head. Memory can get a little fuzzy. We did pretty good with most things, but yeah.
You didn't have to deal with any major injuries throughout your career, at least, right? Or
no. Surprisingly, for 16 years, my back's actually pretty good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wheels are getting a little banged up, as you can see. I've kind of discussed that too in the back. Knees recovering. Doing a lot better now. A lot better today. Ankle, but busted, bruised tailbone every once in a while. But knock on wood, no broken bones yet in my career or life. So.
Oh, in your life too?
No broken bones. Yeah.
Wow, I've had more broken bones. That's crazy. I'm dumb though. I'm dumb. I'm young and dumb though. So.
I mean, you're also like not knocking, but you're also super young.
That is
I feel like if it's gonna happen, it usually happens when you're younger.
That's true. It all happened when I was in high school. We'll leave it at that. That was the last injury that happened.
I did tear the MCL in football, but luckily I didn't need surgery.
Oh, that's good.
That was a long time ago. That's still the one that still gets sorted to this day. But luckily it just grew back. But it didn't need major. I never had a major surgery, nothing like that.
No, so like you didn't even have like a big recovery process either. Just kind of was like
it was a while, but
okay.
It still had to grow back. It still process and rehab, but luckily didn't need surgery. But it still took like at least a few months. But
took a couple months to heal. Get back in the swing of things.
Yeah. Although I feel like it have now, it'd probably take me forever because I'm older. I know. To be 18 again.
So you said you're a big Steelers, Pens, Pirates, no NBA team affiliates.
I mean,
at all. I know it's hard because we're in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's why it's hard. I mean, more just so like players. I mean.
Fair.
Also, to be fair, I also miss the Supersonics.
Oh, you're Supersonic. Okay.
I liked because that's my favorite name because Supersonic. Big video game fan. So it's like anything with the word Sonic in it. I'm like, it's Sonic.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, Supersonic. Yeah. So I mean, OKC Thunder just isn't hitting.
No, it's not.
I mean, so they won the title, didn't they? Mm-hmm. I mean, congrats to them for that. Yeah, but I mean, a little bit of Def Left shrimp.
I mean, I'm in my Bucks gear sadly today because Giannis is probably going to be gone soon. So
yeah,
I'm a Giannis guy. That's my favorite.
Yeah, like I said, I do like basketball. It's just hard to keep up.
It really is.
Especially all the players that move.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the NBA kind of is taking a step back to baseball now. It feels like in recent memory.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, in a sense.
Like with all the new rules in baseball and like the pitch clock, like it feels like baseball is a little more modernized now, and the NBA is kind of taking a step back.
Yeah, like I love the pitch count and the new clock to make sure it's a strike zone, but they're really quick about it too. It feels
the ABS system, yeah.
I feel like it's really quick too, and like it's very decisive. It doesn't really take up too much time. But I feel like baseball's moving faster now. Like you said, it definitely feels more modern for sure.
Oh yeah, and you get a whole pop from the crowd too, like over if it's a strikeout or not. And it's like, oh wow, like these people are actually into it now. So
I was worried about that too, but I was worried about if they would be into it or I mean, still get a good boo when it's not. But hey, I did hear some cheers. Like, oh no, that is a strike.
Exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Well, Keith, I do appreciate you coming on the podcast today, and I do have one final question for you. I asked this question to everybody. I don't know how familiar you are with it.
Let it rip.
What is Bearcat Keith Haught's go-to restaurant? Favorite place to grab a meal? I'm a foodie. I love talking about restaurants. I've asked this question to every broadcaster and politician in Pittsburgh and professional wrestler. Now I'm asking you.
That's tough. Are we going like chain or like local?
If you're hungry and you need to go somewhere to grab some food, where are you going and what are you getting? Could be chain, could not, could be local, could be anything.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
You just start rattling stuff off too if you want.
Yeah, I'll start rattling off too. Definitely remind me of that because you mentioned Supersonics, though. We definitely have to talk. I don't know if you're much of a gamer. We'll talk about gaming someday. Another podcast. We'll have to do it someday.
Oh yeah.
But as far as food chains go, jeez. It's so hard because I feel like there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. So I feel kind of guilty going to some. It's like, oh, is this company cool? But that's a good question. It usually comes down to like a local Chinese. Like every local Chinese place is almost the best place to go. Like we have a really. I know buffets kind of died off the pandemic, but there's a really good, nice and clean one in well, it's Glendale technically, close to Wheeling, but it's called a Happy Garden, and it's a really good, nice buffet. Everybody there's so sweet. I also really like El Sacalo in Wheeling, just a nice local Mexican place. I love stuff like that. Like give you like a local chain. Ooh, another good one. Pickles.
Pickles.
A little bar in Wheeling, little hole in the wall bar in Wheeling, sports bar. It's a nice little hole in the wall, but they got really good wings.
Okay.
It's really hard to get. They have it like a one time only. But are you familiar with Ramps?
I'm not familiar with ramps.
Ramps are like wild onions that are really popular in the Appalachian region. Super like strong, but it's a very delicacy. Like there's another good kitchen in Wheeling. I'll shout out a really good friend of mine who played D&D, Vagabond chef Matt Welsh. He was on Guy Fieri's grocery games. He had a ramp jelly for burgers and stuff. That was really good. But Pickles, another good place I love. It's a really good bar. They had a ramp sauce for their wings. Oh my god, so good! If you love onion, such a good green sauce. I recommend if you get some ramps in the season because ramp season is coming up here. It's in the spring. Well, it's spring now, but there are like festivals too in some places. Western, like Western Canada's gonna have one. Another good one. Later Gator in Wheeling.
Okay. Really on Wheeling. Okay.
There's a lot of Wheeling joints. Yeah, a lot of Wheeling joints. But
what's that Later Gator? What's that one? That doesn't sound fun.
Later Gator, it's a lot of unique things. Like they have crepes.
Okay.
Like savory and sweets. Like I think the whole locomotion is a good one where they have ones like black beans and chicken, seasoned, Cajun, like it's really good savory crepes. So they have that, but they also have a lot of good vegan options too, like vegan options mixed with just foods. Like because of course they got your local delicacies. Like everyone's gonna be able to get a good Reuben. Oh, I love a good Reuben. The only thing I wish we had more close by is more Greek spots that do like a good gyro. As far as the chain goes, though, I mean, man, I really like. Burgatory is really good.
That's a good one. Okay, I was waiting.
Burgatory is really good.
I'm a burger guy, so
if you're going to like big chains, Burgatory is so good. I can go on forever about food. I love to cook.
Oh, you love to cook? What's your favorite thing to cook? I just cooked my first steak actually recently.
Did you?
I cooked my first ever steak. 22 years old.
Ooh, how you like it?
I did good. I made it a little too well done, but it was okay.
Hey, better safe than sorry, I feel.
Yeah, I could have burned it worse. I was trying to go for like a medium well, medium rare kind of thing.
See, I'm definitely more of a. It also depends on what kind of steak and who's cooking it too. But yeah, typically like most people try to go for that medium well just to be safe on the pink side. But usually I think medium's the right call. I feel like it's a good in between. Don't hate on me, people. I know people like it rare, but that's fine. That's fine.
I don't like going too rare, but I mean, like it's whatever.
I mean, I don't want still mooing. I mean, I know it's kind of the way people say it's the way to go, but that's not for me.
Yeah, like I'm right in the middle. I don't want it still mooing, but I also don't want to taste rubber. So I don't know.
exactly. But also my favorite thing to cook, I love nothing more than just setting up a good pot roast or a good roast, and you just set it in the cooker and just let it sit, and your whole house smells that aroma. And just have a good, especially like a Mississippi roast, like put some pepperoncinis and some beef and put a little bit of shallot for extra little seasoning. It's really good. I don't know. I love making some food. I love cooking.
Roast is good.
I really got to get my one friend. I got to get his recipe. He made a really good barbacoa. Ooh, so good.
Man, you made me hungry, Keith. Damn.
I'm actually getting kind of hungry. It's getting close to. I didn't eat much today. I had a little bit of lunch before I came here, but
I had Moe's after class. That was really about it. Just straight Market Square.
Moe's is so much better than Chipotle.
Facts.
So much better than Chipotle.
See, I used to be team Chipotle all the way until my buddy convinced me just go to Moe's. It's cheaper and the chips are free. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I went
Moe's
there.
Is so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Chipotle's good on a pinch when you're really hungry. Unfortunately, I don't have a Moe's where I'm at in Wheeling.
Oh, there's no Moe's down there?
No. The closest one's like Washington, PA.
There's one right in Market Square. Right
I know. They're all over PA and stuff, but the closest one to me would be Washington, PA, or Robinson. It kind of in between. I have to travel like 40 minutes to get to a Moe's.
40 minutes for a little burrito. Why not?
I know, but like never had Qdoba. Is Qdoba okay?
Which one?
Is Qdoba okay?
I've actually never had that one before.
Neither have I either. Everybody says that's pretty decent too, but Moe's is my go-to for like the chain. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Chipotle's. I mean, like here's the thing. I love their honey chicken at Chipotle. I don't know if you had the new honey chicken yet. Have you?
I haven't tried it yet, but
okay.
Every time they do something different apart from their other meats, I always end up liking it. Usually my go-to if I'm at Chipotle is a barbacoa.
Okay.
Or the chicken to stay healthier, but occasionally their barbacoa I think is pretty tasty. But whenever they have like I said the honey chicken or that El Pastor chicken, every time they have like a special meat, it's always really good. And I'm like, now I don't want to go back because they don't have it anymore. So that's usually that. I don't know but it ends up being the case for me all the time. But that honey chipotle chicken, that sounds good, though. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it has a little kick to it, but it's pretty good.
See, I love to cook. I love spicy. Sorry to my wife, Carrielle. I know she's my resident spice taster, especially when cooking for a lot of people. Like, hey, is this too spicy? It's okay. It's like, okay, then I won't kill everybody else. I love spice.
That's how my sister is. She loves spice, and I'm the type of person, I'm like, nah, it's a little too spicy for me. I'm like, I don't want my mouth on fire. And I don't like milk either, so like I can't drink the milk to calm the spice. So it's not good for me.
Lactose intolerant?
I just don't. It's weird. I just don't really care for milk as much. I don't know.
What about almond or something like that?
I could do. I could do almond if I had to. See,
that's fair.
I'm gonna show my age again. I like chocolate milk. Why not? I'm a good little chocolate milk kind of guy.
Chalky milk.
Who doesn't love a good old chocolate milk?
See, I like it. It's weird. Chocolate milk is kind of a weird taste. I think it depends on the brand.
That's fair. You gotta like it like a decent brand.
Like I like the Fairlife one. I think it's pretty good.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I feel like I'm getting lactose intolerant so older, so like a Fairlife or those lactose-free ones are. Sorry, I'm rambling about food, but yeah, I can ramble on for food ideas because I love cooking, love food.
I could too, probably. I could probably ramble for food too. But Keith, I really do appreciate it again taking the time to come down here. You're the very best. I'm gonna give you the chance. Any final words you want to leave with the listeners? The two Jagoffs, 880.
Let's just keep on fucking killing it. Like I said, I'm beyond proud of all of our staff at 880. Thank you, Sorg. Thank you, MV, for helping us continue this. Thank you for all our booking committee. Just thank all of you guys, man. All of you guys work so hard. Love all you guys. I wish I could say more how proud I am of everybody. I think wrestling is I don't think I said this enough too, but we talked about this beforehand. Wrestling is at a better place now, I think, than it ever has been in terms of just acceptance and just people being cool. I feel like for far too long, I feel like, there's been just too many just assholes.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, you're always gonna be assholes in the world. I mean, look around. Higher ups. But no, I'm just beyond proud of everybody, and I think we can. I think we at 880 make an amazing product, and I thank you for being a part of it too, and thank you for having me. And I know I'm rambling a little bit, but because I am a little bit of a rambler, but let's just keep on killing it.
Fuck yeah.
Let's keep on making the world a better place, and let's keep on making wrestling better, baby. Let's do it.
Let's keep on doing it. And thank you again so much. And we have to have another conversation to talk more video games and food and stuff like that.
Yeah,
too, down the line.
Yes.
We got a lot of more stuff that unfinished business feels like.
Yeah. I can go on day because total gamer. Been gaming for so long.
Here, we'll speed run it real quick. One favorite game. Boom.
One favorite game? Franchise? Easily. It's currently, especially right now, Requiem's so good, but the Resident Evil franchise is probably my total favorite.
Okay.
I could probably do a top 5. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, I like big into horror games, horror movies. We're going to go Nintendo, Zelda, Metroid, Star Fox.
Valid.
Yeah. I can run through it, but there's so many of them.
We'll just do a whole episode on it.
Yeah, we do an episode.
We'll do like a whole episode.
What about you? Underrated one.
Underrated one?
Yeah, give me an underrated, because for me it's Jet Set Radio.
For like video games or?
Yeah, give me an underrated one.
Call of Duty Zombies.
Okay.
Big Call of Duty guy. From
like the original one?
Original Call of Duty Zombies. Black Ops 2 specifically.
Okay, so I like the original one, because originally it was the Yahtzee zombies.
Oh yeah,
I think that was the original one. War of War. I think
World of War. Nocturne Toten.
Yes. I think that was I did. I loved that one.
Yeah, that was classic. See, I'm an Alcatraz nerd, so I loved Mob of the Dead.
That's fair.
I loved Alcatraz.
Alcatraz is it's always a cool setting for sure.
Mm-hmm. That was one of my go-tos. But yeah, I always played like all the sports video games growing up. Madden, 2K,
Madden, a little bit of FIFA.
A little bit of FIFA, a little bit of 2K, you know how it is. But no, we'll definitely talk about all that next time, Keith. But thank you so much. One big high five. That is the Bearcat, Keith Haught. I'll leave tags down below on where you can go find Keith. And I, of course, am Austin Cairns. Thank you all so much for tuning into another episode. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.